rare home loss to the Bulls. Nikola Jokic had 18 points, 12 boards, 8 assists. It was a 117-96 loss for the Nuggets. They've got 16 games left this season. According to Fox Bet Sportsbook, Jokic remains the heavy favorite to win MVP. All right, Shannon, jump on in here. Do you think Jokic has already done enough to win MVP?
No, because there's still a month left, Jen. And Joel Embiid is having an incredible season. So is Giannis, and so is Jason Tatum. But if we were to vote right now, I believe he'd be hands down the runaway MVP. And anything can happen. But Skip, what's so incredible, and I don't think people go, what we did is that I went back and looked. Ash and we did some time. It took more time than what we needed. And then we looked at guys that have won the MVP within their first 8 seasons, supporting cast in their first 8 seasons of an MVP career. Nikola Jokic has never had a teammate make an all-star team, an all-NBA team, or an all-defensive team. He's the only player that can say that. Let that sink in. He's won MVP without another all-star, all-NBA, or an all-defensive player on his team.
Okay.
That just goes to show you how spectacular he is, Skip. He leads the league in clutch time plus minus, plus 85. 40, averaging a triple-double, shooting 40% from the three-point line, and 70% true shooting. Nobody in the history. When you can say nobody in history and you include Wilt Chamberlain in that, you the MVP. And that's what he is currently. But they have the second best record in basketball. They're the #1 seed in the West. And I believe if they maintain that #1 seed, Skip, it's going to take a Herculean effort. It's going to take a miracle for someone to unseat Nikola Jokic for the MVP and keep him from three-peating, because that's the way he's heading right now for a three-peat, and it would be deserved.
Okay. I hear everything you just say. But I keep telling you that my eye test tells me that Embiid is playing at a higher level this whole season than Jokic has played. And they went head-to-head, albeit in Philadelphia, and Embiid destroyed him. And I don't know if the voters actually saw that game, but they should have, and they should have taken it into huge account. So obviously, our job every day is to say, who you got today?
Yes.
And you've been telling me, I got Yoke.
Yep.
And you've been telling me it's not even close.
It's not.
Okay, and now I just saw back-to-back games, albeit at Indiana, at Minnesota, in which Joel Embiid went flat-out monster. I have never in my life seen a man this tall shoot the ball with this touch, with this kind of arc, with this kind of deadly accuracy, where he's shooting three-point shots like they're free throws. I've never seen a man this tall, 7 feet 1 inches tall, shoot free throws as consistently as Joel Embiid. He just in back-to-back road games made all 28 of his free throws. It's impossibly great, because usually the big men, their hands are too big to be able to cradle the basketball the way you need to do to spin it backward and be a consistently deadly free throw shooter. See Shaq, see Wilt, see all the bigs. They just couldn't, Dwight, they just couldn't do it. This guy can do it to the point that on the road in those 2 games, he made 5 out of 6 threes. And I showed you yesterday, he made 1 step-back 3 at Minnesota where it just took my breath away. He looked like a guard shooting a 3-point shot. So in the back-to-back games, he scored 42 and 39 points. He made 24 of 38 shots. He has a teammate who has won MVP before, in James Harden, but in the second game at Minnesota, which can be a very dangerous team, as you know, he did not have James Harden. And yet he still scored 39, and he still made all 9 of his free throws, 28 total, because he made 19 of 19 at Indiana. So my point is, I need Yoke to take it home. I need him to finish it off down the stretch, because until the bottom fell out earlier in our show when we lost Kevin Durant, at least for a while, I'm thinking this is going to be a photo finish here. I'm not sure how it's going to play out, because we still have 16 games here for Denver. I'm not sure exactly how many Philly has, but the point is, I'm looking at Denver's schedule, and I'm saying, well, wait a second. Okay, so they'd won 24 of their last 25 at home. They got blown out last night, and you're due one bad game, but
Yeah.
this was a really bad loss. This was one that makes you stroke your chin and say, wait a second, is Denver a little more vulnerable than we think they are? Because Chicago goes in there with a 29-36 record and wipes them out. Chicago was up 24 in the fourth quarter and won by 21 points. Nikola Vucevic completely outplayed.
He did.
Jokic, he just outplayed him. He had 25 and
25
15.
and 15.
Okay. And Jokic has, as Jen said, 18, 12, and 8, but he had 5 turnovers and he had 0 blocks. So he had little to no impact on this game. He was 7 of 16 from the floor, which is obviously under 50%. So I'm looking down the schedule at what's left for Denver, and I'm saying, this is before the show today, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm licking my chops here because we got Philadelphia visits Denver on Monday, March 27th. And then Denver is scheduled to play at Phoenix not once, but twice. And I was hoping that was against Durant, and maybe it still will be. Who knows? But I doubt it. Okay?
You really want DeAndre Ayton against Yoke?
Okay, well.
Is that what you want? You put your hopes on that?
I want to see it. I just want to see him be dominant. I want to see him be the MVP. So I've got these marquee games here down the stretch. They even play at the Garden at New York. Like to see that. I want to see how he does there. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I want to see Joel close. He's on one of those stretches where he is just dominating, but they have to play at Cleveland. They have to play at Golden State. This is Philly. At Cleveland, at Golden State, at Phoenix. Again, probably no KD.
Man, he should have like 70 against Golden State.
Okay,
Who gonna guard him?
Okay, I want to see. I want to see what happens. I want to see Dallas play them because he should have a big game against Dallas. And then they've got Boston at the end of the year. So, at Milwaukee. I'm sorry, at Milwaukee and then Boston. Okay, so we got some big games. They just won at Milwaukee the previous game, right? And he was that was last, was it Saturday night?
Yeah, a couple of weeks, yeah.
Yeah, and he made a big 3 late in that game. Okay, and the last time we saw him against Boston, he shoots a push shot from 3/4 court that swished, and it was just a split second late, or it would have changed the game.
Yeah, but you had that lead. It shouldn't come down to a push shot.
All right, you can make that case. I'm just saying, my eye test tells me that Joel is better than Jokic. I would take it, if I'm a GM and I'm starting my team, I'm taking Embiid. Again, you can do health, you can do durability, and you do Jokic. But right now, Embiid is showing me that he can stay healthy, he can stay happy, and he is locked in. And he said the other night, I can't wait for the playoffs. Neither can I on the eastern side of the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you won't go very far, so.
Well, we'll see about that.
You won't.
You know, this is a very deep, very strong defensive basketball team.
It's gonna be. We hadn't had a three-peat since Kobe and Shaq. Three-peat.
On MVP.
That's the last three-peat. When's the last three-peat to happen in the NBA? Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
So we about to have another three-peat.
Okay.
Yoke.
You even have the narrative going for you because I think everybody's on the train now. Wouldn't it be great to have a
No narrative.
Yeah.
The narrative is Nikola Jokic deserved the MVP.
Yeah.
That's the narrative I want you to project. Because you try to project the narrative like he don't deserve it, like he's undeserving.
No,
like the man's putting up 10, 10, and 5.
No, I got it, but he just got outplayed by Nikola Vucevic.
So I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. In every matchup that Joel Embiid has gone against this year, he's won. Every one of them.
Well, I know he won one.
No. But they played more than one game. So every matchup, no. To answer the question, no.
Okay, I ask you a question. What happened when he played Nikola Jokic?
He won. He dominated.
He didn't just win, he obliterated. He said, I'm better. I'm the MVP, and you won't accept it.
But Skip, so I'm supposed to just look at one game and not all the games in totality?
No, you should look at all the games.
Okay, well, all the games say Nikola Jokic is
but there are some that are much more valuable than others, and that was the one.
We don't put, so now you want to put more emphasis because your guy outplayed him. So if my guy, if, in other words, when Nikola Jokic outplayed Joel Embiid this time around, are you going to say Nikola Jokic is better?
Yep, I will.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Monday, March 27th.
No, you won't.
Monday, March 27th. I got it circled right here.
Yo.
Philadelphia at Denver.
Man,
okay.
And just think, it takes a lot for somebody. Somebody wore that number 15 before Nikola Jokic did, right? People won't remember who it was. It was Carmelo. I'm going to have to with 15 in Denver first.
Better player, Carmelo or Jokic?
Stop.
Well, really?
Stop
You're
it,
going to
Skip.
do that to poor Carmelo?
What you be doing?
Huh?
Skip, who thinks Carmelo is better than Yoke?
I don't know. Carmelo in Denver, he was something.
Carmelo in New York in his first couple of years was something. Skip, he's not that.
3 in a row?
Sure.
Well, you better be able to get past Monday, March 27th, because if you get annihilated in your own building by this man, you are done. And I'm just hoping Embiid doesn't decide to go to Shotgun Willie's.
Hey,
Right?
Mr. Bayless,
Yeah.
how many MVPs for Mr. Nikola Jokic? A one, a two, a three. Three.
Okay. All right. Hang in there. We got a long way to go.
You got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Yeah.
You got a long way to go, but a short time to get there. He better make up some ground. He better average 50 and 10 over the next 16 games.
I think we're going to have some serious dew on Monday, March 27th.
No.
Because I'm feeling good
I
about
want some do. Okay, how about the MVP right now? We got 16. No. What you mean?
You're front running.
How about you mean front?
Yeah.
I've been front running. So if I started in October.
All I know is I've told you yesterday, I hope that Yoke does win it so that Embiid will be possessed to go win the championship.
Well, he should have been possessed the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Because we won it the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Three-peat.
Yeah. And how many championships have you won?
We ain't got none.
Okay, thank you.
So how many for Joel Embiid? We did get to West Conference Finals. Y'all got to the finals yet?
One this year.
Y'all go to the finals this year?
Yep.
You feel confident in that?
I do. I feel very
So
confident.
you're going to beat, so that means you're going to have to beat Boston or Milwaukee. Which one are you going to do?
Both. How about that?
Okay, both.
Yeah.
You're not beating both. You're not beating either. How about neither?
How about?
I think
We got
either
you.
is grammatically correct, but neither.
Okay. Well, I think they're going to have to go through probably both of them before it's over.
It ain't going to happen. I don't see that. I see a swift exit in your future.
Shannon, you're betting on the wrong horse.
Nah, I like that one right there.
It's Embiid.
I mean, he don't look like much.
No,
he don't look
doesn't.
like much.
Yeah.
You know, they said that about Seattle Salute. He didn't look like much.
That's not what they said.
They didn't look like much.
I covered him, and he
Didn't look like much. It cost a whole lot.
Yeah.
He wasn't from one of these big farms and bread, and he cost you $2 million.
no, he wasn't.
Cost you little or nothing.
It was
and
a
look what
mom
he
and
did.
pop. Yep. Okay. I was there.
The Nuggets firmly the number one seed in the West right now, guys.
Say that
They
again,
have
Jill.
just
Say that
20
again.
in
One more
the
time,
loss
Jill. Say
column.
that. Jill, say what you just
Firmly.
said. Firmly. You know what firmly mean, right? Skip?
Firmly.
Entrenched.
Sacramento is number 2. They've got 26 losses. Difference is 6 games already. All right, gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about my Pelicans. Zion, are we going to see him back on the court this regular season? I want to get your thoughts when Undisputed returns.